Alright, what's going on, ladies and gents? Today, a long-awaited tutorial is about to unveil. We are going to learn how to record our new Nintendo 3DS without a capture card. Yes, I just said without a capture card. Now, let's first go over the things that you're going to need for this, because a lot of people are going to ask, oh, this isn't working with my 3DS, what's going on? So I'm just going to tell you guys what you need right off the bat. So first off, you're going to need a new 3DS. That's the first thing. New 3DS does not work with the old, does not work with the 2DS, 3DS XL. 3DS only works with the new 3DS and new 3DS XL. Now that you got that out the way, you're going to need custom firmware. Now, I know it's a deal breaker for a lot of people. Custom firmware isn't exactly something a lot of people have. Pretty confusing to get, and I can't really help you on that. There are plenty of tutorials online and plenty of people who can teach you how to do it way more qualified than I am. The way I got custom firmware, I bought the new 3DS XL and I went ahead and sent it over to someone and had them hard mod it so that it could be sent back to me, and I was able to apply custom firmware from there on out. It's not a super difficult process as long as you follow the tutorial to the T and you make sure you have right amount of SD card space and all that other stuff. Then you should be fine to get custom firmware. If you do have custom firmware, then I recommend using Luma. I think the latest version recording this video is 6.6, and yeah, that's the version I'm using, so obviously that's the one you're probably going to want if you want to follow this tutorial. Another thing is that Luma 6.6 I think is the easiest to get. Don't quote me on that, but from my experience, Luma was super easy to get. You're also going to want ARM9 loader hacks. That pretty much comes with custom firmware if you follow the link that I post down in the description below for Playlix guide. I think that's how you pronounce it, but yeah, that's just one way that you're going to be able to get custom firmware. Once you have that all the way, as long as you have custom firmware, ARM9 loader hacks and everything, then you pretty much have all the hardware specifications down for your 3DS. Your 3DS should be able to run this. Another thing you're going to need is a great internet connection, because this 3DS recording is going through streaming. So basically it's like remote play from a PS4 or video stream play. I don't know what it's called for Xbox One, but right now Xbox has it too. So basically it's streaming your gameplay through your internet onto your computer screen, and that's where you record it using OBS, Fraps, whatever you use to record your screen. So you want to make sure you have a good internet connection, because that's what really determines your FPS in your games. And last thing is you're going to want all the files here. This is the software side of everything. You're going to want these 3 files. I'll have them in the link description down below. I'm going to make it myself, make the download myself. So these 3 files, and yeah, once you have all that, new 3DS, custom firmware, these files, and Luma custom firmware, ARM9 loader hacks booted up, then you should be good to go. So let's start the tutorial. First things first, you're going to want to make sure you download this file folder right here, and you're going to want to make sure you install the boot NTR selector. Basically, boot NTR selector is an easier way to get the NTR custom firmware onto your 3DS, and this is the way that your 3DS is able to communicate with your computer and stream the video files. So first things first, we're going to want to move that onto our SD card on our trusty little 3DS here. So at my 3DS, let me try to adjust the focus. I might have to do that a bit. Sorry about that. So of course, with the new 3DS, Nintendo made it a lot more difficult. You're going to have to go ahead and unscrew these 2 screws on the back here. Let me see if I can focus. Yeah, there we go. So you're going to want to unscrew these 2 screws. If you have custom firmware, then you've probably done this before, so shouldn't be anything new. So I'm just going to go ahead and unscrew these 2, and I'm doing this through my camera, so do not blame me for my inaccuracy. Hopefully that's a word. So we're going to go ahead and unscrew those 2, and we are going to go ahead and take this out and take out our SD card. I have a 32 gigabyte micro SD card because I have a lot of games and stuff like that on it, so there it is. And we're going to want to move that into our SD card, or micro SD card to SD card adapter. So I'm going to go ahead and move that, plug that bad boy in, and we're gonna put that into our computer, and now screen should be switching over to my computer screen. Hopefully it does. All right, so there we go. Now we're gonna go ahead, and as you can see, I already have a CIA's folder all set up. So basically what you're gonna want to do, something else I was doing for another tutorial. Basically what you're going to want to go ahead and do is go into, let me put these side by side, make it easier for you guys. So you're going to want to go into the boot NTR selector. You're going to want to copy that into your CIA's folder or wherever you want on your 3DS. If you have a CIA's folder, makes it a little bit more organized, but you could just go and copy it wherever so that you can install it onto your 3DS. Now we're going to go ahead and unplug. And I'm trying to make this as fluid as possible for you guys so that you guys can see exactly what I'm doing. No smokes and mirrors, no magic tricks here, just doing exactly what I have to. And my 3DS theme is going to reset because of the because I took out my SD card, but everything should still be fine. So as you can see, I already have the damn, I need to keep adjusting this focus. I already have the folder or the application that I need to run this right over here into our custom firmware, but I'm gonna go ahead and uninstall it here for you guys, just so that you guys can see me install it fresh and see that everything works. Alright, adjust focus once again. Alright, I'm just gonna keep it at this focus. Alright, so we're gonna go ahead, go into software, and there we go. I have a whole bunch of Pokemon games and stuff like that. Who doesn't have a whole bunch of Pokemon games? Where is the... Here it is. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and delete it, since I already have it, just so that I can show you guys exactly what you should be doing. Alright, I'm gonna go back, and now we are gonna go ahead into FBI whenever this chooses to go back into the home screen. Alright, there we go. Okay, load back up my theme. That's perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna go back into FBI. As you can see, NTR wasn't there anymore. As you can see, this is FBI. Latest version. I'm recording this video 2.4.7. So we're gonna go into the SD card, CIA's folder where I put it, boot NTR selector. I'm gonna go and install and then delete the CIA because I won't need it after this. So now it's gonna go and install. It shouldn't take too long. Now I press OK, and we're gonna go all the way back, press start, go back to the home menu, and it's gonna say new software has been added. You can go ahead and unwrap it, and there it is, NTR custom firmware. Now we're gonna go ahead and take out our SD card again, and now what we're gonna want to go ahead and do is plug this SD card back into our computer, and we're gonna go ahead and switch back to my computer. If I could just plug in my SD card. This is taking way too long. Okay, there we go. And what we're gonna go ahead and do now, go back into our SD card, and we're gonna take this NTR bin file that's in the 3DS stream files folder that I gave you guys the download to. We're gonna copy that and paste that into our 3DS SD card. I already have it in here, so I'm going to replace the file. You guys shouldn't have it in there unless you've already done this, so we're going to go ahead and copy that. So now once we've done that, this is the method that I found works best for me. So if you guys have a different method of doing this, if you guys can find a better way, then by all means do that way. Do whichever way works best for you. Put back in our SD card. Cannot speak. Okay, so it's telling me my SD card is removed. I'm going to go back into it. And now here comes a piece de resistance. So we're gonna go ahead and unwrap this again into our custom firmware. We're gonna go ahead and load that up. Now it's gonna start loading up, and the first time you open it up, it should say updated. New update is available. Recording this video, the update is 2.3. So we're gonna go ahead and update that. Hit OK. It's gonna say updated. Press any key to reboot. So you're just gonna press the hey key. Hey, you can see me right there. Hey, what's up? So basically, I'm going to come back to our home screen after it's finished updating. We're going to open it up again, and now boot NTR should automatically load up 3.2. Now if you look on the creator of the streamer's GBA temp article, it says that you need at least 3.4, but I found that this does work for 3.2, and there are a lot of bugs with 3.4. It's most stable on 3.2, so that's why I'm teaching you guys how to do it this way. So after you've loaded it up and gone back to your home menu, you're going to go onto an empty slot on your 3DS home screen, an empty one, doesn't matter which one, just some empty slot, a slot that doesn't have an application, just an empty slot. You're going to want to go ahead and hit the Y and X buttons at the same time. That's going to bring up this screen on your bottom screen. You didn't break anything. This is just the NTR custom firmware 3.4 preview 2. That's the bin file that we went ahead and put on the root of our SD card. You're going to want to go ahead and hit enable debugger and just press A. Now that you've enabled that, everything else will be done on our computer screen. So on our computer screen, we're going to go ahead and open up the KitKat 1.6.4. And typically, whenever you open this, if it has an update, it'll automatically download the update and put it wherever the download location is. But at the time of recording this video, 1.6.4 is the latest version. So once you open this up, there are only two things you need to do. You just need to find the IP address of your 3DS and then hit connect. So in order to find the IP address, there are plenty of different ways to do this. You guys can look it up. I'm not going to go through that. But the way that I did it was by going into my router options, and it brings up the Nintendo 3DS as one of the router, as one of the connected devices, and it shows the IP address. So once you find the IP address, just put it into the text box down here and hit connect. And your 3DS screen should flash pink and blue, and now you've got your 3DS screen showing up on your computer. Now at the moment, I don't know if this will ever be fixed, but the bottom screen of the 3DS streamer is really laggy. Top screen is absolutely perfect, it's really fluid, but bottom screen isn't that great. So as you can see, scrolling through all this stuff, the bottom screen is not looking too great, but top screen is looking flawless. So that's basically it. Another thing that I want to tell you guys about before I get off of this is some things that you're going to need to know if you want to record certain games. So I'm going to go ahead and restart my DS over here. And when it comes to NTR, as I said, the file records or connects to your 3DS through internet. And there are a lot of games that actually disable the internet when you're going into the game. Some of these games include Pokemon, Zelda, the games that most people play. So it won't work when you go into a Pokemon game or a Zelda game right off the bat. So what you're going to need to do is I went ahead and restarted my 3DS. I'm going to go back into NTR, and this is only if you're playing a game that disables the Wi-Fi when you go in. We're going to automatically load up 3.2, go back to our home screen. We're going to do what we did before. Press Y and X on an empty tile, enable the debugger. And what we're going to go ahead and do is we're going to open up KitKat again, and instead of hitting connect, we're going to hit this red triangle that's next to it. And what that does, it's going to send a memory patch that disables in-game online services. We're going to hit yes, the memory patch has been written, and once it says connect again, we're going to go ahead and connect. And now that our 3DS is connected, we can go down and we can open whatever Pokemon game we want. I'm going to go and open up Pokemon Sun just to show you guys that it works. So you guys should be seeing a side-by-side of my 3DS right here and the 3DS screen that's being recorded. And as you can see, it is working perfectly. Let's just get into the game, and doing the exact same thing on my 3DS screen as we are in the game. So yeah, this method does work, guys. Of course, you're going to need everything that I told you, but that's basically how you record your 3DS without a capture card. It's probably the best possible quality you can get without shelling almost $500 for a capture card. So yeah, thanks to the guys who made this software, thanks to the guys who made the KitKat application. There was development on a Nitro Stream recording software, but updates on that have been halted. So this is the latest and greatest that you can get to record your 3DS screen through NTR custom firmware. So Thanks for watching this video. Be sure to leave a like, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. I don't know what that pause was for.